Okay, so we've got one of these beasts for you today, and by that I mean it's a big, powerful gaming laptop. So it's the Victus by HP. So it's a 16-inch, actually, technically not quite 16-inch, but it's got a very large screen. It's got all the big fans and venting and stuff that you would expect. It's got the latest AMD Ryzen 7 processor in there. This one's got the Radeon graphics. You can upgrade to an NVIDIA card if you so choose. So yeah, it does all the things that you sort of expect a gaming laptop to do. Runs the games. That's the main thing, right? However, there are some things that it doesn't do. So my major beef with it is to do with the keyboard. So full keyboard, full number pad, that's all good. But there's no home or end key, which I always find frustrating when I'm doing typing. Maybe if you're a gamer, you're not doing that much typing and it doesn't frustrate you and you know what the keyboard shortcuts are to do that. But instead, you've got a dedicated shortcut key to turn the calculator on. So, I mean, that doesn't make sense. And there's no Windows Hello camera. There's no fingerprint sensor or anything on here. So the only way you can log into the device is with a PIN, which is, that's a bit lame, isn't it? But anyway, it's not a biggie. The other thing, which definitely doesn't bother me at all, but might bother some of you gamers out there, especially if you like your RGB lighting, is there isn't any on this computer at all. So even though you've got this shiny embossed V for Victus symbol on the back there, that doesn't light up or anything. There's no edge lighting. The keyboard, there's one backlight setting, it's on or it's off, and that's just white. So you can control any peripheral devices that are RGB enabled using the Omen gaming hub. It comes pre-installed on the computer. So that's not a problem. But yeah, it's just it doesn't do any fancy lights itself. That doesn't bother me. I'm not into fancy lights, but yeah. But other than that, very good screen, non-reflective screen with the whole 144 hertz refresh rate. So that's all good. Chip's great, all of that stuff. There are one or two things, as I said, that I don't love about it, and another one of those things is the camera. And let's have a look at that now. Here we go, inside the camera of the Victus. Woo! Woo! Okay, so here we are inside the 720p. Yeah, it's only 720p camera on the Victus, and there's no HDR. There's no the low light performance. I mean, I've got a big bright light shining on me at the moment. If I turn that off, I mean, I'll disappear completely because I've got this bright light behind me. It's just not compensating for that in any way. I think I'm sounding okay. Hopefully, the mics perform a lot better than the camera does. So, yeah, it's probably the weakest point, I think, of this whole laptop is the camera performance. But I don't think you're probably buying it for the camera performance. You're probably buying it to do this. Right, so here we are. We've got one of my faves, Marvel's Avengers. So I'm hulking my way around the place at the moment. And as you can see, everything is just silky smooth. It's hard to say while you're doing this. But so responsive. And the graphics look pretty great. The screen is bright enough. I wouldn't say it's dazzlingly bright. It's not the brightest I've seen. But it's certainly, I haven't really complained about it, and it's quite non-glare, so there's no real reflection on it. So yeah, I mean, this game is looking good, running good, and it actually didn't take very long to fire up either, and that's all thanks to a good healthy amount of RAM combined with a really decent CPU. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at one more, shall we? Now, here you'll see the Omen Gaming Hub, which I have talked about at length in the review. But one of the things it does do is you can load all your games, regardless of where they are stored, and what kind of games they are, all from one launcher, which is quite handy. So yeah, if we fire off the old Turbo Golf Racing, and let's just have a little look and see how long this game takes to load. So not very long. So here you'll see a game that, you know, the design of it's a lot brighter anyway, so obviously you can see a lot more on the screen. And once again, if I can remember what controls what, here we go, a little bit of bounce the ball, see if I can get it through that target, or at least me. There we go. So yeah, once again, silky smooth controls, does everything you want. The graphics look great. So as an actual gaming machine, the Victus definitely does what it's supposed to.